Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine and Wood Tramp Outdoors. I've got BattlBox mission number 90 here. Pretty cool. Hang tight. Welcome back. It's mission brief number 90, the August box. You know, every month, whenever the reveal video is dropped by Current 1776, it starts generating emails for us. A lot of questions, comments, and things, you know, wanting to know our take on certain something. And the biggest thing right now is the elephant in the room, the price increase. Everybody's asking us about the price increase. Is it justified in the quality of the boxes? So, first of all, just let me tell you this. I understand them having to raise their prices. Every industry out there, I don't care if it's a gallon of milk, a stick of lumber, a pair of jeans, a pair of socks, a wrench, a screw, whatever it is. And I'm not going to say it's some conspiracy, but it's all over the place that prices are being raised. And it's especially felt by people like BattlBox who have to rely on folks to send them gear or merchandise. For people like us, we have seen price increases thrown at us, especially on the gear that we build here, the SFK1's Survival Fire Kit and the Bush Butter. Product prices for us, the raw materials, have went up. So BattlBox is not any different than anyone else. But listen to what I'm going to say. For the percentage that they raised their price, it did, to me, very little. When I heard, and I had an inside source telling me that a price increase was probably on the horizon. I didn't ever mention it to you because, you know, I mean, it just wasn't released yet. But, you know, I was saying in my mind, talk to my team, we were thinking that they were probably going to be raising it around 30-35%. Not even close. So let's just talk about that right now. You remember the basic box used to be $29.99. Now it's $34.99, a $5 increase. Come on. That's hardly anything. And because of the fact that we can look back over the last several months and show you where the gear, the quality of the gear has escalated, I think it's justified, especially when you look at some of the stuff that's in this box number 90. So let's just get on with it right away. The first item in here for $34.99 is what you've got in for, is called the Atwood Rope Mini TRD Micro Cord Dispenser. That's this guy. We had it out playing with a little bit, you know. That's a pretty neat little gizmo that we're looking here, you know, and we figured out that you could actually load your own cordage in here if you chose to, but it would be limited as to what you can do. But this is what it says: whether you need cord for around the house, garage, farm, or on the trail, the cord dispenser makes it easy to have on hand and ready to use. It's got a built-in cutting blade with it. I think there's 125 feet, yes, and they give this rating at 125. But, you know, you just pull it out and cut it off just like that. And this kind of feels like, let me see here. This is a lighter for a hack video. Let's see what this is. Yeah, man, this is like, it's a nylon line. Yeah, bank hard. That's pretty decent right there. It's really light, so you're going to be limited as to what you can do, but 100 pounds is pretty good. There's a lot of uses that you could have for the line that's on here, but it's not about the line. It's about the dispenser itself. And if you get on their website, there's different things out there, but this is pretty decent, you know. Now, full disclosure, would I actually put this in my kit? No, I wouldn't, because it isn't the way that I carry my cordage. Most of my cordage is already hanked out for what I'm going to be using it for. And I don't really care for the dispenser for me going out in the bush, but I'll tell you where it could go. I could see this ending up on my boat, in my tackle box, in the console of the truck, because there's been a lot of times that I've needed a little bit of cordage and I didn't have any because, you know, I hank it up for certain purposes. You know, quick deploy ridgeline, tool holders, etc. So, but they give this a value of $12.99. We'll call it $13. I think it's a very good value for that. And again, you can find uses for this. All right, the second thing is called the Charlotte's Web Custom Camp Organizer. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, you know what? This would be great to be able to put in a base camp, deploy it between two trees, hang it up, and it is actually, I think it's 12 feet long. Let me see here. Does it say? Yeah, it's 12 foot, durable webbing made from recycled plastic. And it comes with aluminum carabiners. They're not to be used for climbing, obviously. But there's 12 feet of this. I'm not going to take it all the way out. Kern 1776 has it on his video. But it comes with laser cut, we'll just call it diamond shapes here, you know, that you put your carabiners in. It's also got these little clips that you can use. And I'm sure on their website you can buy more of these. This is the BattlBox edition, by the way. But I mean, you could hang wet clothes up on it. You could hang tools up on them if they're not real heavy. You know, in a pinch, you could use that to be able to hang a tarp. Different configurations. That would be a very, very stout ridgeline if you wanted to use that. But it's, you know, got 20 eyelets throughout there, man. You know, only limitation is how many of these small carabiners, and it'd be worth getting on their website and checking it out. They give this a value of $22.95. You know, we were kind of iffy on the price, to be honest with you. Thought it was a little high, but you know, it's these types of things that certain people in certain demographics really gravitate towards too for the outdoors. You know, gizmos, and I would consider this a gizmo. But for $22.95, this is what you get. Okay, so now let's go on to the third thing. And the third thing here, I got laughed at whenever this was brought out. And I went, it's about a week short. This is the Toadfish. Toadfish has got some pretty cool stuff. 10-ounce rocks tumbler. You might get one of three colors. We got the teal colored one here, or turquoise, whatever. But this is an anti-spill, non-tipping type of tumbler. And the reason I said it elicited some chuckles, I had a cup of coffee. I was sitting at my bar, I had a cup of coffee, typing away on my computer, and I reached over to get something else and hit the coffee cup, and boom, there it goes. It went all over everything. If I would have had this, I could have hit it with a baseball bat and it probably wouldn't have came off. That's an exaggeration. But the secret sauce here is this suction cup that's on the bottom. When you put it on a solid, flat surface, it is going to stick. I mean, it's going to stick well. And as far as I'm concerned, this is really good. This, again, wouldn't be an item that I take out into the bush because I ever have other receptacles I drink out of. Usually what I'm boiling my water in is what I'm drinking out of. Or my filter. I got a Grail that I've been using for past 6-7 months. I filtered out of there, I drank it out of there. But I tell you where this is going to go probably. This will probably go either in the boat or it's going to go back out to the bar. It's, you know, it just might do that because I am going to hang on to this dude and I am going to use it to where I don't spill my stuff no more, okay? They give this a value of $24, and compared to other drinking receptacles of this quality, that is right on. So, now again, you are sitting at $34.99. All this gear together comes at $60. So even with the price increase, you're still almost double, almost, of what your investment was. So those are good items that got added in there. All right, it just gets better from here. And then in the advanced box, now what you pay for the advanced box is $64.99. Again, that's only a $5 increase, and what they give you for that $5 increase, it's pretty good. So this is the Puree Bag. I'm going to show you the Puree Bag first. This is a combo, by the way. This is the Puree Bag. All right. You saw Curran 1776 demonstrate this. I'm not going to. His is a great demonstration. As a matter of fact, it was so good he had to go back on and keep putting a disclaimer on there. Don't use this kind of water. Use the clearest waters you can get, you know. But the demonstration was very, very good. What this bag allows you to do is to purify 10 gallons, 10 liters of water. And 10 liters of water can go a long way. And these bags are reusable. Now, not only is the bag important here, but it is these Procter & Gamble pouches. And these treat, there's 12 packets here, and each packet treats 10 liters. This is a 10-liter bag. So you're going to get 12 of these bags. That's 120 liters of purified water that you're going to get. And I know, let me see here. This treats sediment, arsenic, bacteria, lead, viruses, humic acid, protozoan cyst, and DDT. Here in this region of the country where for years and years and years we used DDT to help our agricultural crops until we found out it's going to make you goofy and it was creating health problems. So if you still have that problem, DDT will be taken out by this particular product. This would be a great ad for your survival box, for your bug in. It's kind of big for a bug out situation, but bugging in, if you were ever put in a situation where you got to purify water because the grid went down or a tornado came in and jacked with your water system. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons, but this is really good. It works exceptionally well. And again, for 10 liters of water times 12, that's 120 liters of water. Bag is reusable over and over again. It's not flimsy. You know, it is really put together well. They gave this a value of $49.99. We'll call it $50. But to us, that is a bargain for what you get. You know, and we've used, I don't know if I got them strictly from if Procter & Gamble sent us to us for a review or somebody, I don't know, but we've seen these before. And we've been very, very impressed with those. But we didn't see it with this bag. I think we had to use our own bag. And we were still impressed with it. And this bag takes it to another level. So that's a great ad. Now together, when you're talking about the basic box and the advanced box, which you've got into it for $64.99, the total value now sits at $119.99. Again, you're almost double. So let's move on to the Pro Box. And the Pro Box, man, this really stoked me. And this has got a great practical use for me. And this also comes from Toadfish that the Tumbler came from. This is the Toadfish Stowaway Fillet system. You see this is an empty box. And the reason it's an empty box is because when I saw this, I went, let's get that dude out and let's see what it can do. So we're going to talk first about the Toadfish Stowaway Folding Fillet Knife. Now this is a whole system and there are 3 pieces that go to this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the knife itself, and believe me, I've used many a fillet knife, and I've always said a fillet knife's a fillet knife's a fillet knife. That's not true anymore, because one of the things that I always look at is the utilitarian aspect of a fillet knife. You know, is it just a fillet knife with a leather sheath you just throw in somewhere, and every time that you lay it down, that you have the potential of hurting yourself or somebody else? What are you going to do between, you know, fish? And Toadfish thought all that out. First of all, the grips on this, the scales, we'll just call them the grips. They're made of a softer rubber that grips your hand, and there are raised elevations in this to keep you from slipping. And if you've ever filleted any fish or cleaned fish at all, I mean, the first thing you notice is how slimy your hands become, even if you've got running water. I mean, that's just the nature of cleaning fish. And I've seen people cut themselves pretty bad because of being so slick. That's never going to happen with this knife, right? It's got a lockback blade in it, and the blade is very flexible. Look at that. Very flexible, very sharp, makes it easy to be able to fillet fish. Very easy. When you fold it away, you know, I remind everybody that was touching this knife, even though, you know, your thumb is here, you know, don't do this and then flop that shut on your hand because the blade is long. You have to move your fingers out of there. And then once you got it stowed away again, it has a carabiner on it, a carabiner of sorts, that can be used to hang this on a belt loop. Put it in the fish house. We've got a place in our fish house where we can hang stuff up at that we're using tools. That'll go right up there. You can hang it on your boat. It just depends on where you're cleaning the fish at. But that is component number one, and that is a great component. It's a great knife. I don't know the guarantee on the knife, but being that it's a high carbon steel, just, you know, keep it sharp, oiled up. It's going to last you a long time. Second thing is, and I got kind of juiced over this, but it comes with a folding stowaway cutting board that just folds up like so. Now, when I'm out on a boat, one of the things I hate to do is to carry a wooden or a big plastic cutting board. It's just in the way. This answers my question right there. I came up with an idea to be able to fold this. It's very sturdy. It's very rugged. The fasteners are all stout. They're stainless steel. If I'd say there's a weakness about this, it's this folding edge. You know, you're going to have to be careful with it when you're cleaning it. All right. So if you're cleaning your fish on this, all the guts and blood and ooze and goos and just whatever comes off that fish is going to be down in these cracks. So you're going to have to make sure that you do both sides and you clean them very well so you don't set the bacteria in motion to kill you somewhere along the line. Now, what's really neat about this board, not only the fact that it folds up and it's modular, but right here, let's just do a little quick demonstration right here. It's got two sharpening systems. One is ceramic, one is a coarse carbide, and that's if you have to put some, it'll reset the edge a little bit. I'm grabbing something and I don't know what it is. Alright, well, it's not doing it now, so we got it out. There you go. And you're just filleting all afternoon. That is the second component inside of this system. Toadfish. I love this. Third thing is this neoprene sleeve that holds everything. You saw how I had it. I haven't taken the label off yet off of this, okay? And I'm sure that I'm going to get questions, people asking me if I am going to give this away. And I hate to disappoint everybody because I've already had people on my staff trying to hike their leg and claim to this. This is going in with my fishing kits, and I will be using this out on the boat to be able to clean the fish as they come out of the water. So this is one of the few items that I hang on to, but they give this a value of $106, and as you look at all three pieces of these, $106, right on the money. So you are into this box for $119.99. So obviously this box kicked up $10. But so far, to me, that $10 was well invested because now, added in everything, I've got $215 in gear. Again, we're just a skosh away from being double. And everything that we've gotten in every one of these boxes, I'd say the weakest thing so far is the Atwood Rope Mini TRD Micro Cord Dispenser. And that's only because I've got this paradigm of as how I deal with cordage, how I manage it. But other people have seen it when, hey, that's a great idea. I'm going to put one of those in my truck. I'm going to put one of those in my tackle box. So it's all in the eyes of the beholder. So far we're sitting at $215. Now we're going to move on to the Pro Plus, which is also the knife of the month. And this one, we've been wanting to know if we're going to see something here from Summit Knife Company. They haven't been around, as long as some, but they're not a brand new company either. But this is a folder. It's called the Mount Olympus folder. Now, again, this box used to be $159.99. It is now $169.99. So a $10 bump on these two. So just summarize real quick before I take off. Basic box was a $5 increase. The advanced box was a $5 increase. The Pro box was a $10 increase. Pro Plus was also $10. Those are very, very slight margins when you think about that. And if you are a Pro Plus guy, and you divide that up over the boxes, that $10, it's hardly even $3.30 per box. Not even that. It's two something. So you're great here. So let's talk about this knife because, as I said, they make some pretty slick knives. The Olympus folder, the Mount Olympus folder, is beautiful. The presentation in the box is just killer here, but it's really the knife that gets me. Now, this is what Curran has to say about this. He says, this knife has a heck of a name to live up to. Okay, I got it. And it does just that. It's an excellent gentleman's everyday carry. Okay, so I agree with that. This is not a knife that I'll put in my pocket to go out into the woods, to do even a day hike thing. This is not a working's man knife. This is a gentleman's knife. This design is designed to go down into the pocket, with the clip. It's got a tip-up clip in it, but it's very light. It's very thin. You're going to be limited as to what you want to do with this knife. Something out on a knife of the town or a night on the town. You got to cut some threads off of a jacket or a sweater, or you need to cut up something at the table where you're at. Whatever. It's not a defensive weapon. It's not an offensive weapon. It's not like that at all. But it is a handy dandy knife to be able to put in a pair of slacks or a pair of shorts. It's not going to pull them all down. So let's talk about the utility part of the blade. It has an overall length of 6.75 inches and net weight of only 2.7 ounces. It's very light. It's going to get you the job done, but the scales on this, with the carbon fiber scales, and it's got brass hardware that really rocks. It's super nice. I love this knife. Got scallops here on the scales themselves, whether you're going to put your fingers in them or if it's designed to do a thumb thing. The lanyard section down here, if you can see that, it's kind of a oval shape, which is odd, but I mean, it'll work, but it's just, I don't understand why it's oval, unless it's just it was easier to stamp out those liners there. Don't know idea, but it's still cool. I like it. Now, they give this a value of $109.99. We're just going to call it $110, and all the boxes together, you're in it for $169, and the total retail price is $324. So again, even with the increase, you are getting a lot of bang for your buck. Definitely a lot more than what you have invested. Everybody's money is important, so that's great. So while I got you out here, I want you to take a look right there real quick. Or no, it'd be up over there, right. So we're getting ready to launch the August magazine, the August issue, and in that we name the 6 favorite BattlBox products so far this year from January to June. And there was some pretty good stuff in there, so take a look at that. And we've got a couple articles on how-tos. You know, some people are asking us about knots, so we're just throwing an article on knots for those of you that really haven't figured that out yet. So I want to say thank you for watching the video, for reading the magazine. You know, get out there and check it out. You know, and if you're into the Southern Survival thing, if you've never seen that, there's still people out there who haven't seen it. Southern Survival, you want to get out there and check that out on Netflix. It was super funny, you know, and very entertaining, that's for sure. And you get to see stuff that you've not even seen yet. You know, I want to know when that blowtorch, or not the blowtorch, but the fire cannon is going to make it into one of the boxes. Ain't. Well, thank you very much. Anyway, so like us and share us, and listen. The month of August and September, we are giving away some pretty neat gear for those of you that become subscribers. So if you're watching the video and you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, shoot us an email and said, I'm now a subscriber, and we are going to put your name in our monthly database because we've got some cool stuff they're going to be giving away. So, till next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.